We are live from Portland, Oregon for a Western Conference contest with the Trailblazers. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. As you look at Memphis, they've got to be hoping that the road will be a little kinder to them than their winless homestand they just concluded.
Kevin, the start of a long road trip, my friend, and they'd love to set the tone here early with a win.
Inside, and the dunk by Wells.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Chauncey Billups and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We talked about the daunting task of facing Steph Curry. Coach said Curry makes your entire five guard him. Steph might be the best conditioned player in the league. He is constantly moving. It makes him so difficult to track. So, of course, it's not just Curry's shooting that presents problems. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. All right, Brent, quickly. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Physicality, Kevin. I mean, this guy is so dominant athletically that Jonathan Kuminga is a presence out on the floor. And he continues to put himself into situations where he can put his body on guys and play fearlessly. His game is going to continue to grow.
Here's Curry. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. Henderson right side.
Half-older type of player. Henderson fighting tooth and nail down low.
It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Memphis shooting their first free throws of the game. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Henderson looking it over. Curry with a nice D. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Kuminga with a wide open look. The Grizzlies with another miss. Here's Henderson. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. And here is McGrady. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Out to Henderson. 5 to shoot.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Curry can't get it to go. And so Henderson will bring it up for the Trailblazers. McGrady. He can't get that one. Nice defense from Kuminga. Memphis trailing here. Curry on the wing. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Jackson with the screen. Takes a shot at the elbow. Poked away.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Now, here is McGrady. Pass to Henderson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, don't forget about Henderson and the physical nature of his play. He welcomes getting hit when he's trying to score.
1:39 left to play in the first quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. And that'll tie this game up.
So much attention on Steph. That really opens up the floor.
Henderson with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Back to Henderson. Rebounded by Jackson.
Yeah, he's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
And Portland has possession to the middle, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And McGrady has an impressive vertical there, showing once again with how well he dunks the basketball.
Curry. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
To the inside. And finished off by Avdia.
I like the way Avdia is competing right now, always looking to make a play.
Right side Curry. Down low. Here's Jackson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And how about the strength of Jackson there? Uses it whenever he's going up inside and fighting through the contact.
To the paint. Here's Whitmore. Tries again. And it's good on the way in.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Trailblazers. They lead.
The Grizzlies, 12.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
And, guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
The NBA scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game. But let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the offseason in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And there it is for him. Fernando's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Kuminga, no good. And Portland with the ball. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Right wing. Back to Curry. Hit by Kuminga. Curry making it look so easy.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And the rejection by Jackson. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Here's Stojakovic. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
Pass to Milton. Back to Maxey. Down low. Here's Fernando. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Memphis leading. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Oh, nice feed. You can see how Curry makes their offense flow, even when he's not scoring.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially late on drives to the rim.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. make some changes here.
Tonight, going to next time, Joe Stapleton.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Pass to Williams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Grizzlies shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That one misses. Trailblazers trailed by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And that one's good. McGrady.
And Henderson just dropping an absolute dime there. Good to see him seeking out a teammate.
Pass to Conchar. Back to Pippen. Stolen by Henderson. And McGrady with a clear pass to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And here is Capella. Defended by Gobert. Here's Ronnie. It's Pippen on the wing. And Memphis with another turnover here.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
And here are the Trailblazers now. They trail by 1. To the inside. Avdia. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Outside Pippen. Inside. And the dunk by Capella.
And that's where you want to feed Clinton Capella deep down on the interior part of the paint. Let him power through.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look now for Portland. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Maxey. And he jams it with authority.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters. What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man. And he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Outside Pippen. Pass to Capella. Back to Pippen. He got it up. And that one released in time, but no good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Grizzlies lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Pass to Kuminga. Outside for Curry. Henderson pulls it in. Portland trailing here. Here's McGrady. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Meeting the defense with power, McGrady holds nothing back and finishes in motion.
That one drops. He ties it up.
Shaking his head moment there. Had a chance to put them out in front, but at least they're tied up.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. There's so many years in the NBA. You would think Curry would slow down, wouldn't you, Brent? But he remains at the very top of his game.
I think the best part about what we're seeing with Steph right now, Kevin, is his competitive will. You get to this age and you get to this stage after accomplishing all the things that Steph has done, and it's still not enough. So let's keep enjoying him while we can.
Memphis with the ball. They lead by 1. Outside for Jackson.
Come get it, come get it.
They set the pick. driving to the basket.
And a guy who can drive and finish with either hand. Jackson's tough to stop once he gets going downhill.
Here's Maxey. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Curry gets inside and lays it in.
Well, not just from deep. Steph Curry, one of the best guard finishers around the rim.
Here's Maxey. Wells grabs the miss.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Here's Maxey. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Curry's shot is off.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Maxey. Wells grabs the miss.
Might be time for the coaching staff to bust out a play for him to get going. 0 for 4 to start the half.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tracy McGrady. That's his first foul. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Curry on the wing. Jackson with the screen. Curry, good.
That's a high percentage shot from Steph Curry. Just put that on repeat.
Here's Maxey. Basket counts. Maxey's got 8 points.
He's obviously hit a bit of a dry spell here. Only 1 of 5 this quarter.
On its way from Curry for 2. Curry with another miss. Trailblazers trailed by 6. McGrady outside. Baseline J on the way. Not enough on that one as it misses. And so Curry will bring it up for Memphis. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Going inside. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And there's 1:45 left in the third. On the wing, Milton. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And here are the Grizzlies. They're on a 12-4 run. Pass to Stojakovic. Outside, Kuminga. Poked loose. It's stolen by Milton. And now Portland on the break.
I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
The Trailblazers have been coming through at the charity strip. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And so he hits both. Memphis leading by 6. Screen by Capella. Here's Pippen. 18 that time from Vucevic. 1:09 left to play in the third. Pass to Fernando. Portland again missing.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
They set the pick. It's Pippen on the wing. Oh, good with the triple. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Maxey takes it off the glass. Maxey's got 10 points.
And look at Maxey blowing past the contact. He is just too fast.
Here's Pippen. Pass to Capella. On the wing, Milton. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Back to Maxey. And Capella sends it back.
And Capella, one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. You can see his timing on that play.
12 seconds left in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Maxey. Another shot. And it's Vucevic missing.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
And we want.
Grizzlies, 39.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Henderson outside. And Henderson throws it down hard.
And what a creative player this kid is. Henderson, so much fun to watch.
Pass to Stojakovic. Curry with it. Now defended by Whitmore. Pulls it up. Avdia with the rebound. Portland trailing here. Now here's Gobert. Now Avdia. And here's Henderson. Into the lane. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Pass to Curry. Puts up a deep three. Bullseye! Curry with a deep three.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second three of the game. One in each half.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Shoots. Again, Curry missing. Trailblazers trailed by 5. With the drive. The shot by McGrady, no good. Now here's Curry. On the wing, Stojakovic. And the three off target. Here's McGrady. And the rejection by Jackson. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. To the middle. Gobert in the corner. Looks for McGrady. Gets it to him. 6 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
Well, they've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
Jaren Jackson Jr., third personal foul.
And that one falls for Henderson.
Well, Scoot's got great upside, but the next step for him, the evident one here, is just shooting higher percentages and scoring with more consistency.
And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
Stojakovic with the three. Avdia with the rebound.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
It's deflected. Stolen by Avdia. Here's Whitmore. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. A 2-point game. Jackson with the screen. Curry in the lane. Lays it up off the glass. Curry's got 5 points in the quarter.
What work from Steph Curry gets open and makes it look easy. Wow.
McGrady with the ball. Out to Henderson. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. us now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Guys, over the break, Chauncey Billups had some advice for his team. He said in the huddle, you got to play some defense in the paint. They're getting too much in there. Battle down low. Time to fight, guys.
Thanks, David. Jackson drives in, and the dunk by Jackson.
All Jackson Jr. needed was daylight. Defense gave it to him, and he took advantage.
Outside, Maxey. Pass to McGrady. Outside, Maxey. From deep. A shot by McGrady, no good.
Well, that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make.
Outside Jackson. Here's Wells. Outside Curry. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Stojakovic. Vucevic with the rebound. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
Here's McGrady. Portland again missing.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So the Grizzlies take the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.